Well, I have bad news for my five, yes, five, but I'm not bragging, five loyal, faithful, loving, trusting, devoted, uncombined groupies. There will be no Happy Tuesday video tomorrow. I'm going to make a run out to Mystic, Connecticut to get someone, so round trip and time spent there helping him get things together. To get in the van, to get him back here. I'm going to be on the road for close to 7 hours, so this came to my attention. Someone spoke with me. I don't understand how a house that is sold keeps having a price drop. This morning for my Happy Monday, I went and I looked. It was at $281. It's there. Now I went to look and it's at $278. Price drop again. It's been dropping for a while. Started at what, 306, then it went down to 304, then 302, then 298, then 281, and now it's down to 278. I don't understand how a house that is sold is still up here with a price drop within 24 hours. I don't understand that. Somebody explain that to me. Anyway, yeah, I heard. I don't know the end result. It says, I caught it when Java was a little ways into it, so I went back to the beginning. I started watching it, and he was in a mall parking lot, looking around and criticizing how people were driving, finding fault with things. And he started showing off a lot of bling, bragging about how he spent over $2,000 on a new watch, a diamond ring, a chain for around his neck, a bracelet, 14 karat gold, and splurging, treating himself. And he said, well, you got to do these things for yourself because other people won't do it for you. And he's doing it now when he has the money, because he may not have the money later. He says, AB says, you got to learn to spend your money responsibly. Oh, man, this is too fucking good. And anyway, says, and then he goes to where he's living. He says, it looks like a hotel type of living facility, like assisted living, And when he was going down the hall, you could see the doors, you had to use a card key to open the door to get in. He's living in a hotel type living facility, whether they're short term, whatever. I know we have one up the far north end. It's called Pine Brooks. Some elderly people that are there, people living there in Section 8 is paying for them to live there. Welfare services and other public assistance is paying for them to live there. At least that's how it is in Massachusetts. We got one right down here on our peninsula. It's called the Young House. People living there pretty much for free. Elderly, some have psychiatric issues, and there are, state and federal programs that, support them because they can't support themselves. They're not able to for whatever reason, physically or emotionally. And he said he's all paid up for the next 3 months, short term. Then after that, he'll figure out what he's going to do. So I guess he's not going to buy that motorhome after all. He's not going to look for another trailer park home that doesn't have, a bad roof, buckled walls, a rat in the toilet. I guess he's not going to do that. He's not going to take that apartment he said his real estate lady found for him for only $1,300 a month. I guess, he's not concerned with any of that because he has a place he's going to be living now for the next 3 months. And then after that, he said he's going to see what he does from there. I said, yep, that's Java. That's Java. Oh, I know he got some money. I could be dead wrong. And if I am, I'll say I was wrong. But so far, even what I've admitted being wrong to, things seem to be turning around, and I seem to be more right than wrong after all. I know for a fact from Danny, my ex-wife's nephew in real estate, he's handled pre-foreclosures, worked with banks. private homeowner sales. He's been around the block 3, 4, 5, 6, 10 times. He even said, Uncle, with a lot of foreclosures, banks will pay you to get the fuck out because they finally want you out of there. They want to be able to market this house and get whatever they can for it. They're fucking fed up with waiting to get money from the person. It's this way the person's got no excuse. So how am I going to get an apartment? I don't have any money. And me and my brother went through that shit with a guy for almost a year and a half. Taking him through courts and you name it. Get him out of one of our 6 rental units. And we had to give him $5,000 to get out. It was the only way to get rid of him. In his case, he played a race card, Had nothing to do with race. We didn't give a fuck if he was green from the planet Jupiter. We just wanted our fucking rent. We had to give that motherfucker $5,000. I even told the judge, what do you mean don't have money? He hasn't paid us rent for a year and a half. What's he been doing with all his money? And it was, well, listen, you want him out? Work out a deal. Deal is give him $5,000, get him out of there. Now it's enforceable by the court. And he had 7 days to get out. And the constable was there waiting with a locksmith. He started putting his shit out the day before, and he got a U-Haul. And we only handed him that check after he was completely out. We went in and checked out the place to make sure nothing was damaged. The only good thing was he didn't trash the place. I got to say the truth. He didn't damage the walls, no plumbing, no nothing. Just normal, cleanup. No trash left in there, no broken furniture, He did leave it, they call it broom swept condition. You know what I mean? And we still had someone go in and repaint it and whatnot so we could re-rent it again. It took us 3 months to re-rent it again. We lost those 3 months rent as well. But hey, it's what it took to get that motherfucker out, He said, man, I know banks will give people $5,000. I could be wrong, but I think, the bank gave Java $5,000, finally gave him the fuck out of there. And he's saying he's paid up in advance at that hotel living facility for the next 3 months. Oh, he says, AB says it's costing $70 a night. It's been a long time since I've done any math in my fucking head. When I went to school, we had to figure shit out with a pencil and a paper. Today, kids can have a calculator in their classrooms. Checkouts at stores, you scan it, rings up the price. You punch in what the person gave you or a credit card. These days, I use my bank debit card more than anything else. I very rarely carry cash. And it's paid. If you're paying for it cash, punch in cash. It tells you how much change. I doubt people today at cash registers could be able to figure out in their head what kind of fucking change to give back to people. Maybe one of these days I'll devote a video to how technology in many ways has made people very fucking stupid. So anyway, $70 a night. I know December has 31 days. It could be 92 days. I'm not sure about January off the top of my head. Flat 90 days, 3 months, $70 a night. You're looking at somewhere in the ballpark of $6,000. Yep, $6,000 to live there for 3 months. And then he'll figure out what to do from there. And then on top of that, he said he says, AB says tomorrow or something, he's going to the bank because he has a shitload of money to put in the bank, to put in a high interest account. And I told him, I says, yeah, I heard about that. He said a while back, all the extra money. And this was when he said at that time, after he bought a house for cash. It was going to be a house. Not, a trailer park. He was going to buy a house for cash. He was going to have so much extra money that he was going to put it in a high interest bank account and be able to live off the interest. Okay. Okay. I still got a little bit of an Uncle Brian Lifter hangover from the weekend. Normally it doesn't follow me late into the day. It's early in the morning. I got a little bit kicking up on me here. So anyway, he's going to go put a shitload of money in the bank in a high interest account so he can live off the interest. He's all set in short-term housing for the next 90 days. After that, he'll figure out what to do. And he's spending his money wisely. He's being responsible with his money, you know, buying more watches and chains and bracelets and whatever. But somebody please explain this to me. You know, I'll end as I started. For the life of me, I can't understand how a house that he said he sold keeps having a price drop, and it's still up on here. Tell me what you think about this. Have a great night. Have fun and stay safe. And sorry, my five guys. You won't see me till Wednesday.